Look, Donald Trump has departed for Saudi Arabia, calling it a historic tour of the Middle East. His trip will include stops in Qatar and the United Arab Emirates, with possible talks in Turkey on the war in Ukraine. What else can we expect?
Well, I mean, like we were just talking about in the Gaza Strip, obviously Eden, the American hostage that just got released. That's a great step in the right direction. And it looks like Donald Trump is going to have to put his foot down and probably, make some deals that not everybody's going to be happy. Netanyahu's probably going to be upset, and so Hamas, might be upset. But that's truly the art of the good deal, is that both parties walk away from the deal feeling like they kind of got a bad shake. That's when you really get a good deal. And I know that doesn't make sense, but that's just the, cold hard facts when it comes to this. Both people, Hamas and Israel, they're probably not going to leave the situation happy, but Donald Trump needs to put his foot down and protect lives on both sides, because it's just a very unfortunate situation and nobody likes to see what's going on there. And it's just, Don, if anybody can fix it, and I don't know if he can because it is very complicated, it's Donald Trump, and I know he's gonna try his best.
Yeah, well, the achievements of what he's been able to do in just such a short period of time has been extraordinary. So I agree with you there. If anyone's able to do it, it's him. We've got to talk about the mainstream media, because we've certainly blasted CNN for some of their coverage, especially throughout the election campaign. But viewers have been left shocked this time around after a CNN host actually praised Donald Trump for his ability to essentially close the southern border. CNN's Abby Phillip had this to say on the network.
Trump has succeeded. He has shut the border down. There are no border crossings virtually happening right now in this country.
Alex, is that some real news on CNN?
I mean, finally, I think that's the first time they've ever been honest in their 40 years of existence. I mean, CNN is obviously the liberal wing of the media. I mean, all they want to do is rag on Donald Trump. This is obvious. But when they even have to admit that Donald Trump is doing a good job, it shows you that maybe our country is healing a little bit. Maybe CNN is healing a little bit, and maybe they actually want to be, real journalists instead of just a propaganda wing of, all the liberals that want to make America not great again, and Donald Trump does, and that's why Donald Trump is so much better. And CNN, I think that they're going to have to continue to talk about Donald Trump's wins, because you can't hide it. I mean, you can only lie to the American people so much. I think that they're mad that our country is literally healing, and they won't even admit it just because they have such severe Trump derangement syndrome. And Jimmy Kimmel was just on the news talking about how he admitted that he has this. So until they can get rid of the Trump derangement syndrome, I don't think they'll fully be able to talk about Trump in an honest way, but at least they're heading in the right direction.
Alex, I've got to ask you what's going on with Gen Z. It's been revealed that the majority of Gen Zs claim that they could form a deep emotional bond with an AI-generated partner and would even consider marrying one. 83% of young people born between 1997 and 2012 said that they could develop a meaningful connection with a chatbot. 80% said that they'd even consider marrying one if it was legal. Now, this is according to a poll by Joy AI. Are humans really that bad? I mean, what is happening with this younger generation?
I mean, I hate to admit it, but I do think human beings are that bad. I mean, you look at these dating apps the dating apps are so incredibly superficial. You're just swiping left and right for, the dumbest reasons. Maybe they have a Ukraine flag, or, whatever reason, you're swiping left and right. So that's superficial. Now children are hypersexualized. So, people are just having difficulties creating relationships with human beings. So the fact that kids are going to lean on AI for future relationships, it doesn't surprise me. It's a scary reality, and I hope people aren't marrying robots. I mean, that would be very dystopian, and I think that would actually be a nightmare. But I wouldn't be surprised if that does happen, because human beings have just lost that ability to connect like we once could before this social media era. And it's sad, but this is a real reality that is probably going to happen in our lifetime, where even if people are doing it just as a way to say, to fight back against the system because they were hurt by a human being. Maybe they're in a bad relationship, so they feel that they have to turn to AI. So yeah, there's going to be people that use it, and it's like Black Mirror. It's literally like a Black Mirror episode coming to reality. Very scary.
So scary, so depressing, and I cannot believe that statistic. 80% of young people would consider marrying one. I mean, it's hard to believe, and sorry to leave it on such a sad and scary note. But Alex, appreciate you coming on Power Hour. Great to speak with you.
Thank you, Gabriella. Always appreciate it.